Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. And welcome back to the Operation Hill and Heart channel where we do what? Focus on healing, humor, and hot motherfucking topics. What's up, my good people? What's going on, my good people? Happy Saturday. So, yes, I want to get this thing started here. I want to do my Joseline's Cabaret review. Oh, my goodness, girl. The Cabaret is a cat call and a cat call. When I tell you, I be cracking up at the Cabaret. But again, Joseline don't disappoint. And also, too, I'm not gonna lie, a large part of me also watches the Cabaret because for whatever reason, I don't know, it gives me like it they need Operation Hill 100 Heart stay like on set 100% of the time because half of the stuff that goes on this show, these people need healing. Hey, Tifa girl, my nosy neighbor, these people need healing. These people need absolute healing. All right, so let's get it started. We are now reviewing Joseline's Cabaret, California, season 6, episode 2, From Paris with No Love. All right, so the episode starts off with my girl Lexi Gold and Chink still fighting on the sprinter, right? I ain't gonna lie, Chinks, you did punch the shit out of my homegirl Lexi Gold in the nose. I was not here for that. Why would you do that to my homegirl like that? But she punched the shit out of her, and Lexi Gold stumbled back. It was like, oh shit. I was like, come on, Lexi, you gotta recover a little better than that. I don't even know how you let her get such a clear punch off you too, because security was in between y'all. But anyway, then Chinks and T Love started going back and forth. Now T Love is I gotta go back and see where she said she was from, because T Love is straight up project. T Love is straight up project. She's scrappy and she's ready to fucking go. And that's probably why you see I said last episode that they said T Love's sister beat the shit out of Natural so bad that she peed on herself. So I guess all them bitches from the projects, and they all scrappy because you could tell T Love is with the shits, right? But then T Love, oh my God, you did the ultimate no, and I was fucking mortified. She spit at Chinks. I was like, but again, you give me gutter. No, Tifa, again, I ain't saying she was skilled, but you could tell she everything about the reaction, she responded too quick to violence. You from the projects, girl. Yeah, what am I was saying? Oh, so when she tried to spit on her, Chinks was like, oh, and I was looking at her like absolutely fucking not, right? I was cracking up though, because why Chinks gonna call T Love a Q-tip, and she she I was on the fucking floor, right? So then the other sprinter, Neek was sharing how it's on site when she see Dre and her. I was a little confused about this story, but I'm gonna keep going with the review. I'll get into it though. So then the ladies arrive at the house, and Joseline is standing outside waiting for them. Then as soon as they arrive, everybody get up the sprinters. They all high. She make them line up. She's standing in front. Joseline is a nut, and she tells Meek and Des to go back on the sprinter, right? So the rest of the ladies are getting cursed out by Joseline. Isis was the first one, and I was happy because I cannot stand Isis, and I'm not even happy she's fucking back, right? But she said she was a disrespectful, fake ass bitch, and Joseline was pissed because something was wrong with Isis' phone, and she couldn't get in touch with her. Whatever the case may be, Joseline just was going down the road cursing bitches out, but she sent Isis back on the sprinter as well. So then, she set her eyes on Egypt, and she said, what the fuck you back here for, ho? You shady ass bitch. You want to hang with Destiny? Get your ass back on the sprinter too. I was like, oh shit. So everybody was like, damn, they got sent back on the sprinter. Then she got back to addressing the entire group, and she was letting them know that she didn't want no fake hoes in here in the Cabaret, and she only want people that's there for her, and so on and so forth, right? So then Natural proceeds to say that she really believes in Joseline, which is why she came back to the Cabaret. She wouldn't have left her baby. Joseline knows she's a mom, so the reason why she's back is because of belief in her, and that's also why she's willing to let the T Love situation go. And I was thinking to myself, no, girl, don't let it go. Tell us more, because I want to know what happened. She gave a little bit, which basically she was saying that when T Love gets toe up, T Love is a piece of fucking work. And T Love was like, I am, so just leave me the fuck alone, right? So then Jasa addressed Erica. That's the one I told you they was calling Jigsaw last time. And she was like, you know, why you back? Because when I spoke to you last time, you was like, you couldn't do it. It wasn't your thing, and you was going to holler at us. Erica was like, girl, I said that when I was drunk. I ain't mean that. I'm sober now, and I take all that shit back, right? I think that Joseline is a little fond of Erica, right? I think she has taken a liking to her. Erica lips went down a lot because last season, oh my God, they must have been new. right? So then the ladies into the house, and now they all scrambling for their rooms. And Erica and Natural, I think they're gonna share a room, or their rooms are next to each other. Anyway, they sat down and talked, and Erica was just saying like how her and Des got real close, and that she's disappointed that Joseline told her go back on Sprinter because that can mean she going home. And she's like, I don't want to be here without my homegirl. She was like, and then I'm not even that close enough to Joseline to be like, hey, can I talk to you about Destin? Because she might bite my fucking head off, right? So back on the Sprinter where it was Isis, Egypt, Death, and Neek. On Sprinter, Isis was popping mad shit. But one thing I can say about Isis, she was right. She was right. What she said was that, listen, it's either we want to be here and learn from this experience and gain something, or you just want us to be hashed like your bitches, and you verbally cursing us the fuck out and doing all of this and doing all of that, right? And Joseline, you do be holding it on these girls. Joseline, you do be holding it on these girls. That's why I was like, they need Hilla Heart here, because you do be holding it on these girls, right? So then some of the girls is in the house smoking and chilling, and Gypsy decides she want to share what Love said again from the Sprinter about, oh, fuck the old bees and the new bees and the Gypsy girl, we get it, you're right. That's the long and the short of that, right? But Love was like, bitch, I don't give a fuck what you repeat, because I'm gonna say what the fuck I want, when the fuck I want, and like the fuck I said. I'm not hitting nobody else. Fuck everybody else. I was like, right, Love. Love is a little scrappy. Love is a little scrappy. And a little further in the episode, she tells some of her life story, and you can see, kind of where the attitude and the spiciness comes from, right? So this Joseline goes and she starts having her conversations with the girl she told to come to go back on the Sprinter. Joseline kept asking the girls, how many cities did I take you to? How much do I pay you a fucking day? Joseline, even I know the answer to that. You took them to 50 cities and you pay them $500 a day. Joseline must have asked that question 5 billion times on this episode, right? So Des came in first. She was like, let me go in first, Meek, and take her temperature, and I'll let you know. I don't know why you thought to go in first, Des, because Joseline don't really fuck with you. And that was playing to a fucking duck to hear and see on this episode. But anyway, Joseline said that she was like, you posted online I was hating on you. So Des was like, no, I didn't. Joseline, come here, Joseline. Come here for a second. Is you making this stuff up? Because at this point, you always saying you think somebody's dead and you heard somebody said it, but y'all never ain't producing no receipt. So did you make any of this shit up? Because at this point, it's just giving me you want to verbally and mentally abuse these girls. And that's why they need Helen Hearts on the scene, because every night a girl got to get their session before they go to bed after dealing with your fucking nut ass, right? So then she continued calling Des a hater. Des turned her attention on Andrea and said she was the fakest and always talking shit about Joseline. And they started arguing. As they was arguing, Neek walked in, right? So she was supposed to have some receipts about Drea talking shit about Joseline. Neek ain't had shit. So it just turned to really pretty much he say, she say at that point. At that point, they started fighting. Girl, Neek and Drea started fighting, and Danny and Des started fighting. I was cracking the fuck up at these fights. What the hell? First of all, everybody... It is not even real. Like, they don't even get a chance to like straight up fight. It's just all of this grabbing, holding on to, on the ground, in the grass. I was like, oh God. So as that went on, after it was finished, Des was telling Joseline, she's like, this is unnecessary. Why did Des say that? Joseline got in attack mode and was following Des around saying, what's unnecessary? What's unnecessary? What the fuck is unnecessary, bitch? What? And Des was trying to walk away and say, like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Meanwhile, you got the 2 minions, Drea and Danny, on the side waiting to commence an attack before Joseline. Joseline, your ass is going to jail. I'm telling you right now, because you is over here abusing these girls, allegedly, right? So, she started walking towards Des and me, Joseline, cursing them out and reminding them how she takes care of them. And every time she does this, she thinks that, no, I was saying, because she was walking towards them, cursing them out, saying, I put this much amount of money in your pocket and I take you all over the world. And you know what, all jokes aside, right? A part of me, every time Joseline goes into that rage, all I see is her and Stevie J. That's all I see. That's all I see, because I remember she used to always be crying. Stevie talk real calm, but he used to be saying things like that, like, didn't I change your life? Didn't I bring you over here and do this for you? And she used to always be crying, saying, you're not going to keep holding that over me, Stevie. I just feel like, Joseline, you have a lot of trauma and abuse, not only from being with Stevie J, but also from being in a strip club lifestyle and all of that. And even when you talked about your upbringing, you know, so I feel like a lot of that gets taken out on these girls on the show. And I really believe that you wasn't treated very nicely in any area of your life. So I think that, and I mean like with family, like in relationships, me the career field you chose was with which at that time was stripping. So I feel like because of that, you don't treat these girls nice. You really don't treat them nice, and you want them to believe that you're saving them because you're taking them around the world to dance with you and you're putting money in their pocket. I'm pretty sure they're only getting a fraction of what the fuck your ass is getting. That's first of all, and a small fraction at that. Second of all, I feel like, I mean, what they're doing is kind of like degrading. They damn near butt naked up there shaking their fucking ass. But again, they signed on first. They grown. So I can't say nothing to you about that. But then the other part is the verbal and the mental abuse that they have to endure dealing with you. Come on. And then got to keep being reminded that you saved them and you did so. We heard you. We got it. You know, that's not nice. And then you got the nerve to get upset. And sometimes I also think you create a lot of that shit in your head, Joseline, just because of the shit you went through, and you take it out on them. My other question is, Joseline, you raising a daughter. You're raising a daughter. So I wonder if she gets a certain age and start being sassy with you, are you gonna be cursing her the fuck out like that and reminding her of all the shit you did for her? I don't think you would treat your own baby like that. So why are you treating these girls like that? So then Danny and Des get the rumbling again. Joseline corners Neek. And again, she's giving her reminders. Oh, I met your family, your mother and your auntie. I told them I take care of you. I give you $500 a day. I took you all over the world. Joseline, we get it, girl. We get it. You the savior of the hoes. We got it, girl. Okay. So what I'm still confused about is what really happened, because it seems like, if I'm piecing together what I think happened, is it that they had a video shoot to go to and everybody was together? I'm guessing, let's just say in a Sprinter, and some people got out the Sprinter and went one way, and some people got out the Sprinter and went another way. But what it sounds like, if I'm getting this right, is that Meek and them thought that they was going, the other girls, Andrea and them, was going to meet Joseline for dinner. And Meek and them was saying, we already went to dinner, so we're going to go do something else. But apparently they was meeting for a video shoot. Like, I wasn't clear. And you couldn't get clear because they kept fighting instead of letting them finish what happened, right? So as Joseline got Neek corner, because you could tell Neek is another one that she's fond of, right? Danny attacks Neek, right? And they start fighting, rumbling on the ground, rumbling on. Danny, first of all, Danny, was that a G-string with a butt plug? What the fuck was that? Never mind. No, never. You just look absolutely not. Absolutely not. But anyway, she dived on Neek. They fought. Neek had some good new titties. I mean, I guess, right? So then when they got up, Joseline was like, telling Danny, go the fuck over there, let me talk to Neek alone. Because like I said, you can tell she's very fond of Neek, right? So she was like, first of all, Joseline was telling her that she was dead wrong and needed to apologize. Neek was saying, how was it? It was a butt plug it was a G-string with a butt. Tifa, leave me alone. Danny, why do you, never mind. I'm not, no, absolutely not. So, Joseline, you were, first of all, the girl was trying to explain to you it was nothing done with malicious intent. It was a misunderstanding. That's one. Two, you want her to apologize for a misunderstanding. She's apologizing. And then when she apologized, you still was saying that wasn't good enough. No, and then you telling her you want her to turn on Des and not be her home girl. And she's like, but for what? Like, what did she do? Oh, she said this about me, but I didn't know that. That don't have. Joseline, no, come on. This is abuse at this point, right? So then the crazy bitch starts crying. She starts crying and saying all she do for them and how they hurt her feelings, and everything that she does goes unnoticed. And Joseline, I think these girls is saying they think you created some of that shit in the back of your mind and brought it to the forefront and believed it, because a lot of what it seemed like you saying that they say about you and all of that, you don't be providing no receipts. They be wondering where you got it from, and then you start picking on them because you believe that they said it. Like, I don't think that's fair. And again, it makes for, entertainment, but it is low-key abusive, because I'd rather, even if you are going to have smoke with them, I'd rather you have smoke over something that they really did. And they're scared to do anything because they're so thirsty to be in the cabaret. So I didn't like that part, right? Andrea and Des is trying to talk. They're trying to come to some resolution about whatever that thing was that took place in Paris. Neek is still getting cursed out by Joseline. She's telling her they're living a dream. She changed their lives. Same old spiel, right? They just talking in circles at this point, all of them, because they trying to get on Joseline's good side, right? But Andrea did say something in her confessionals, and I understood where she was coming from with this. She was saying that, you claim, Joseline, that you want all the people that's here for you, but then when we point out the people that's not here for you and we beat their ass for you, you still allow them to be here. She was talking about me. She was like, so it's getting to a point where I'm about to fall back from beating their ass, because there's no use if you're not gonna make them go. And I think that Andrea is feeling a little jealous because Neek may be taking her spot as Joseline's favorite. So I could see that happening very soon, right? Joseline has a vendetta with Des. You could see that. She has a vendetta with Des. I don't know why I like Des. Neek and Joseline hug it out and they cry. And I don't, maybe Neek, I don't. Neek lips, I don't like. I'm not here for this. But anyway, upstairs, Love was up there with T Love and Kanaya, and she was just talking about her lifestyle. And I was like, oh my God. And again, like I said earlier, you could see why Love is kind of like fiery. And because she said there's been rape, there's been molestation, there's been domestic violence. She said somebody fucking knocked her shoulder out of place. She got to get surgery. I think she said it was her baby father. So she just got a lot of things that she's been through. And that's what T Love was saying. She was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on my girl Love, because she got a lot going on. She got a lot going on. And when you have a lot going on, you tend to bring a lot with you. So I felt I like that T Love wanted to kind of look out for. I thought that was cool, right? So then it's later on in the evening, and Joseline is having like a poolside masquerade party. I'm like, okay, girl. All the girls come. They got their all black on. They look good. I like how they look. They look classy. I like that look instead of these like butt plug and G-string. Not Tifa, leave me alone. And then Erica Mena walks in. Wake me when it's over. Erica, I can't with Erica. I cannot with Erica. But I'm like, okay, girl, you got these two balloons sitting on your chest. I mean, I guess. So anyway, she walks in and she's greeting all the girls, and turns out Gypsy was a contestant on Erica Mena's show, Two Ways. Now, Erica kindly shared how Gypsy came on her show, supposed to be looking for love with her, and got some DICK while she was there, supposed to be competing on the show. So she started cursing Gypsy out, saying, didn't you? And weren't you? And Gypsy was trying to go around it, but once Gypsy saw Erica was not having that shit, she was like, okay, I apologize. And Erica was like, girl, get the fuck on now. You didn't irritate me, right? So then the wrestler, I forgot there was even a wrestler there, Jane Doe, she picks Erica up and so, girl, I'm a little irritated, right? Never mind. I ain't even gonna go there. Anyway, so when she picked her up, the whole back of Erica's dress split. So Erica had to go because her dress was split open. It was open. So she didn't leave yet. She just had a towel around her, but I could tell she was pretty much going to be on her way, because after this girl to lift her up, everything then split and bust the fuck open, right? So then Egypt and Chink is sitting on the side and they having a conversation. So Egypt is saying to Chink, like, well, I know, you got your beef with Lexi that we can't do nothing about, but do you think it's a way that you and T Love can move past your issues? So she's like, absolutely fucking not. The bitch tried to spit on me, so it's up and it's stuck on at any given moment. So Egypt was like, it is. T Love, you could come here for a minute. You could come here for 2 seconds. So T Love, I said, Egypt ain't shit. She a fucking troublemaker. So she walked over there. She was like, what's up? Because she already know that I tried to spit on you, bitch. We had smoke on the Sprinter. So I'm coming over here with that energy. So she's like, what's up? So Chink's like, well, you tried to spit on me and I got to do my biggest one. So he was like, what's up? Then they got in mode and started trying to do their biggest one, and boom, 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 and boom, 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 and boom, 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 right? And the episode went off from there. So I'm not going to lie, I was cackling because Joseline is really bipolar. But the other part of my cackle had everything to do with Joseline needs healing hearts, and she needs to have healing hearts in that household on a permanent basis, because they all going to need it every night before they go to bed fucking with her. But in any event, that was season 2. That was season 6, episode 2 review of Joseline's Cabaret, California. Y'all tune the fuck in. It's on the Zeus Network. I'm going to keep reviewing it because I told you it gives me a cackle. One more show that's coming back, I don't know if y'all want to get into, but I watched it last year and I loved it. Was that last year or the beginning of this year? Deb's House. Deb's House. I watched Deb's House. She did a hip hop show last time, but this time she's doing Deb's House R&B. So she's recruiting some up and coming, people who want to be R&B artists and trying to groom them and mold them so they can be famous, right? I like the last season. That's where the big girl Demorse come from. She came from because she did hip hop last time. Y'all go check out the last season 1. Season 2 comes on next week, August 22nd. I know it's a Friday, but it's on the All Black Network. So if you could catch it like on Prime, that's normally where I watch it, then you should do so. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Go watch the show on the Zeus Network so we can cackle about this together and enjoy your Saturday. Bye-bye.